We are live. Welcome to Transit Talk, Human Design Transit's real talk in real time. I'm Kathy.
And I'm Jess. We meet up about every 6 days to explore the current human design transits, how they're actually showing up in our lives. And we'd love for you to join us.
We're talking energy in the moment, what we're feeling, what we're noticing, and what the transits are stirring up inside us, all around us.
So, whether you're joining us live or listening later, we're glad you're here.
Let's get into it. Okay, good morning, good afternoon. That's right, it's already afternoon. I have been so tired, so I don't know what day it is, what time it is. I have no reason for it. Maybe it's this Pluto transit. Anyway, today, just to let you know, I am channeling a great conservationist that we lost last week in honor of Gate 32, which has the gift of conservation. Jane Goodall, most of you probably have heard of. She did amazing work saving chimpanzees from extinction. Most people don't even know that they were ever close to extinction because of her work. And she really changed the world. And Gate 32 is about knowing what's important and what's worth holding on to. I felt perfect energy, right? So that's that's my Gate 32 cosplay today.
I love it.
What
I
are you
love it.
doing today?
So I am running massively behind on life, doing so many things, flying to Ibiza today. And I'm like, what do I dress up like? What do I do? I realized. So yesterday I went to go get my hair highlighted. Today I went back to go get it trimmed. She actually curled my hair for me. I love curled hair. This is the perfect completion. It's the full thing.
Your hair is finished.
It's finished.
Your hair looks fantastic. So if you are watching this, you will know that. But if you're on podcast, I just had to put my glasses on so I could see. I was trying to really look like Jane Goodall. I slicked my hair back. I have to at least keep the glasses off for a minute. Yeah, I need to put them on. So your hair
Need to
looks
see.
fantastically finished. So
Thank
it's
you.
completion, the
Yes.
completion, right?
The full completion. I was like, it's just naturally showing up today. I love it. I love it. And so my background picture, I have the finish line, getting to the end. 42's energy is really about that completion, that finishing. You can start a new cycle. It's whatever needs to finish and complete in the cycle. That finish line, getting there.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and speaking of Ibiza, you're leaving tonight, right?
I am leaving tonight. I
One
am
thing
not complete in
I was
packing.
gonna say, you're gonna need that Gate 42 energy to help you get finished packing, I
Yes.
see. Um,
Yes.
yeah, awesome. So, it's interesting. I realized as I was writing the transit report that Gate 32 is not a gate that I've spent a lot of time on in the past. And so, yeah, the glasses really ruin it. I keep looking at myself and like, it really works way better without it, but I do need to see. So, um, putting them back on. But this Gate 32 energy is really beautiful energy. And it's part of the economic circuit. It's also part of there's another name for the business. Is it the economic or the business circuit? I don't know why I'm having trouble remembering now. It's part of that circuit that goes from 54, the gate of the marrying maiden, that whole one. And then it goes from the root center to the spleen. And then it goes up from the spleen to the will, and then from the will to the throat. And so this is an important tribal energy of what do we hold on to? What do we do? And it's a spleen gate. We've been going through the spleen gates. We've been talking about these fears that are associated with it. The gate 32 is the fear of failure. It's interesting how it's grounded with this energy of completion, this gate 42, which is this energy to complete things. We can use this energy of gate 42 to overcome this energy or this fear of failing, right? And so I'm wondering if you're feeling any of this. Have you been feeling this um, fear of failing, pressure to complete? Although the pressure really comes from below, from the 53 that's below the 42.
So As far as fear of failure, not much. I think I've been incredibly busy and in just this like decadent state of just oh, this is exciting. And just all the amazingness of everything coming together so beautifully. I definitely feel the need for completion. Things that are like, okay, finish this thing. This thing needs to be done. This thing needs to be done. All the things in my life right now, I feel I'm closing the book on a lot of things, which feels really good though. And I also see the start of other things that are coming in that next cycle. So that's feeling really, really exciting in my life. Yeah. I think part of that's traveling too though. Like I have to have the house got cleaned this morning, I have the laundry done. It needs to feel complete, right? Before I can start this new journey. So in a way that's kind of like a metaphor for it, that when you're going on this new adventure, this new travel, you want to complete the things back at home before you start packing, right? Having all the laundry washed, for example.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been so tired lately, and I'm trying to figure out where these transits might be playing in. We just came out of the sun in 57 and the gate in 51. I was like, you would think with that initiating energy and that intuitive, I might have had the energy to actually do something, but maybe now I'll get something completed. I don't know. There is a little bit of I'm feeling the low in my emotional wave right now. That like literally, I think it was Sunday, my husband's like, come on. Like he literally took me by the hands. Let's go for a walk. Cause it's a beautiful day. Come on. And I was
Hmm.
like, okay.
Yeah.
I knew I wanted to, but I had absolutely no energy to get up off of my little chase in
to
my sitting
to
room. I was
do it.
hiding. I was literally not just sitting on the couch or anything. I was like in the fur. I'm really hermity when I'm tucked away in this little sitting corner in my bedroom on that chase
Mm,
lounge. You
yeah.
know, yeah, that's where I was. And he's, where are you? In the middle of the day. So that energy has been there for me. And now we've moved into this other energy that was very different. And I have the 53 defined and the 54. So both of these gates that we have now form channels for me, like the feeling of a channel, I should say. I don't have the
Interesting.
channel. Yeah. Um,
Ah,
hmm.
because my first thought there was when you were talking about, feeling a little bit tired. I know I've spoken to a couple people that are like, this is spleen season, this is fear season. I literally get sick this time of year. I hermit this time of year. This is when I know my body's going through all these activations of fear and I'm moving through things. And I know this is the time I'm working through stuff, even if I don't like cognizantly know I'm working through it on a body level, too, a somatic level. These things are coming up and having time to move through it. The other thought was that we had the ego defined. And part of that is now you were so busy and now it's that time of, and now I'm resting. So
Well,
potentially
my ego's
something.
always defined. Remember, I have all the gates of the ego defined.
Yes. Well,
And then
especially having it defined, like having that extra definition, feeling that for you, that it's okay, this is something, but also honoring. I feel you're beautifully in tune with it, having it naturally defined. So maybe to everybody else, I don't have it. It's completely open for me, noticing where maybe this shift is calling for me to rest. Let's have the rest after moving, potentially something there. But then the other thing, noticing it's very interesting if your sacral's defined right now, you're feeling this beautiful, I'm just going to take some time and rest, right? And move
yeah.
through whatever's there. So another contemplation is, how are you feeling about that fear of failure, that thing that's coming up right now? Is there a lot of stuff that's coming up that you're ready to work through, because there's so many layers with that one?
Yeah, like I was starting to say before, when I was contemplating this energy to write the transit report, really sitting with this energy of gate 32, and then also adding in the Pluto moved forward yesterday, or it's stationed direct yesterday. So it's still in gate 60, the gate of limitations on the root center. But now instead of being retrograde as it's been for the past few months, I don't remember exactly how long, it's now stationing direct, moving us forward through the limitations in that sixth line energy. So there's a part of me that's, oh, this, all this stuff, there's so many things going on. And then there's a lot of astrological things that I don't claim to have any real understanding of enough to really explain. But I will tell you that Richard Corbett's energy report that he did on Sunday had a lot of good information in it about all of that stuff that we're feeling with trines and grand trines and all these things that are going on with a lot of the outer planets. We tend to focus on the inner planets in these transit reports because they change quickly. It's often easy to notice, wow, everybody's talking about this now. Everybody's talking about their feeling that they want to get things done. And for me, one of the things that I've noticed, and Carla is already in the waiting room for later and put a little comment in there. Maybe I'm experiencing awareness of where I've been doing too much because of the amplification through the temporary definition. And, I thought about that. I think what's happening now is there is this pressure that we often feel to be decisive and to when we know that something is true and right for us, to just act on it, right? To just do it, to be the Nike says, just do it. And sometimes do it messy and then clean it up later. And then other times we are really sitting with, I feel like I've been sitting with this energy of, I know something new is brewing in me, right? And there's a part of me that's feeling this pressure of, okay, let's get it started. Let's do it. Let's go. And that's part of my own definition. But this, all the energy of the long-term planets of are really, it's really all just telling me to just trust that I'll know what I need to know when I need to know it, to really not necessarily just come running out of the gate and not know where I'm even headed, right?
Yeah.
So I know that there are some things I want to do with my business going forward that I don't have real clarity on. And if any of you have emotional waves, which I know you don't, Jess, but for those of you who do, sitting with that emotional wave of not and that uncertainty, that like lack of clarity on what you're going to do next with your business can make you feel all sorts of ways. And I think that's where a lot of this is coming from. And then, I often have used my willpower to just go ahead, and the will works to rest. And clearly, I need to rest more, but I don't know about anybody else. Like it's the nights are weird. There's so much energy with all of this Schumann resonance thing.
Mhm.
I'm not sleeping super well. Like there's just so many things going on, and it's all for our greatest good, right? I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I started running. Did I tell you?
I know you went that one day, but I haven't talked to you. It's
Oh.
weird. Maybe that's why I'm tired. I haven't had any Jess all week. I haven't talked to you since
You
the
need
last transit
some.
report.
Yeah.
It's
Ah, that's
crazy,
wild.
right? We
Yeah, I've
probably
I've
talk like
I've started.
every other day.
Mm, yeah, so I'm not a naturally competitive person, and I do have a competitive side to me. There's a bet going to see, part of it for me is, will I run? It became non-negotiable. I hate running. I really, really hate running. I just everything about it. And so I was okay, fine. I'm going to do this. Now I'm finding ways to make it happen. I'm doing it. I went for a run again yesterday. I feel so much better, but I hated it. Like while I was doing it, I was, I hate this. But then the feeling after, I was, oh, okay, this feels kind of good. This feels amazing in my body. And even today, my body was almost, that might be nice to do. It's weird. It's so weird because I am an avid hater of running. That's very interesting energy that's showing up for me, but it's in this energy of like playfulness. And
Mhm.
it's not, running for the sake of running, finding fun places to do it in different places. So I went running at the park the other day, which was fun too, through the trees, through nature, everything. I think I feel more alive because of that. Normally, I notice near the end of my day, I start to get tired or want a coffee. And yesterday, I was ready for life. Bedtime came around with the kids. I was like, let's go. Just from moving my body in a different, new, challenging way. Very challenging to, if you're not a runner, I'm going to run for 30 minutes. I did not run for 30 minutes. It was walk run.
Yeah.
Um,
Very few
so,
people run the whole time. You have to be a runner for a long time. My daughter runs, and she always calls it a walk run because
wow.
she has to stop take pictures.
Yeah, that's what I did. I did. I was like, I'm going to take pictures. And then there's workout equipment, which is so cool
Right.
along the way. So it's like, yes, I'm working out, I'm stretching. Meanwhile, I'm like sitting.
It's funny too, because those, I wish they had that by me, because that's like a good excuse to stop running. I want to stop running, so I'll do this. I don't feel I'm running, but you're still exercising. Yeah,
Exactly.
that's cool. So
Yeah.
that's something that you started. So that's the energy of starting
It's
something.
an yeah, but it was almost it felt like the completion though energy of my past cycle because before, Phaedra and I would go to the gym a lot. We would go do like hit classes or we'd do yoga. Where I'm traveling so much, I was like, why are we doing the gym? And so that cycle closed and I was really nervous. I was like, what do I do? Like, for all of this now. And this is starting something new. And that's a big part of that 42 energy, right? It's that completion of that cycle. And it's super interesting to hear the way Ross spoke about this one. He would joke about if you are a 42 and you got into a relationship and then later you realize that like this relationship isn't working out, it would take you like 15 years to get out of it because you have to complete the cycle, right?
Right.
So noticing where's that energy in me right now, where potentially something like the gym, I would have stuck with it because it's like I have to stick with this thing in this cycle versus accepting it and letting it go to start this new cycle. And another piece with the 42 is anything you don't close out in this cycle, you bring it with you, right? And then we're looking at patterns, like what are the patterns you're bringing with you, especially in the place of like relationships, because each cycle is building on the last one. Did you want to take a quick look at the beautiful yellow chart?
Sure. And I also just wanted, you can pull it up. And while you're pulling it up, I wanted to say, I just love the like the little phrase that goes with gate 32, which is the only thing which endures is change, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so I think that's really you know, important to remember because we can be so afraid of everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Brain
so
fog.
looking over here, the sun right now, we've got gate 32, which is the energy Kathy's representing today. So this is known as duration, continuity, and in quantum human design, it's known as endurance. Then we have the hexagram here. And so for 32, we have the thunder over the wind. In Gene Keys, we have this progression from failure to preservation to veneration. And this is all part of the quarter of duality. So this is purpose fulfilled through bonding. Just a reminder again, how the 32, where the sun is and where our earth is, which is currently 42, it's a mirror, right? It's a mirror of the energies right there on the one side of the hexagram of the mandala over here. And same thing, looking at the hexagram, you see how um, this one is the opposite. So the 42, we've got the gate of increase, the gate of growth. And then in quantum human design, it is conclusion, it is wind over thunder. Looking in the gene keys, we've got expectation. And a big thing noticing with the 42, this is part of like the cross of the Maya, this expectation, the things that we think, right? That we think are going to happen and how we think things are going to be. Then moving into that detachment. Then I love this one celebration. Woohoo! Like I got to the finish line. Finding ways to celebrate along the way. Just, so often we're, but I'm not where I wanted to be. I'm not at this place, but it's, well, where was I a month ago? Where was I a year ago? And how far have I already come? Right? Seeing those things and having those little celebrations along the way. We're in the quarter of initiation, and this is the purpose fulfilled through mind. The sentence that goes along with the 42 is the expansion of the resources which maximize the development of full potential.
Yeah, that gate 42 energy has really been something that I have contemplated that one a lot because I have spent so much of my life feeling like I don't finish what I start. And so, but part of that has had me realize that sometimes we get so tied to an expectation of what finishing means, um, that we don't finish because we don't see that expectation as what's going to happen, and maybe there is something different that's supposed to happen. And that's why another one of the phrases that I really love is, oh, it just vanished. It's, I'm willing to be surprised by what my mind has yet to imagine. And that's kind
Mm,
of like, I think the idea of, I don't know what finishing means, right? In most cases, we don't know we have an expectation of what something is going to end up, but that might be way different than what it's going to be. And I've heard that the universe never says no, it says yes, um, no, not now,
mhm.
or no, I have something better.
Mm,
So I
yeah,
think that's the way it goes, something like that.
love it. Yeah.
And when we just hear the no, we don't realize it's a no, not now, or no,
Not
that's
yet.
better.
Not
Yeah,
yet.
not yet.
Oh
Right, yeah.
gosh, that reminds me. When I went to Cabo, I was dead set determined. This was like a personal trip I took by myself. This was part of my finding me again. I was sitting drinking my coffee. I was looking out at the ocean. I just had this feeling in my body. I was like, this is it. I can do hard things. Like, I can do this. I can move through things. I can process all of these things. And I can find this place of happiness, this place of resolve within me. Connecting back into that, I was holding the coffee mug. I was like, this coffee mug feels this to me. I hate things. When I go places, I don't buy things. People buy like shot glasses, keychains. I really don't like things. I'm
I
not a
buy
fan.
earrings.
Well, yeah, okay. You buy air. Yeah, hi, you know you've shopped with me. I don't want it. I don't want it. Like, you have to find something that I'm gonna wear this every day and then I buy it, right? Which Kathy's amazing to shop with. But I just don't like things. But I was like, this cup feels so beautiful to me and the energy in it. And so I asked the waiter, I said, can I buy your cup? He's, no, I don't think so. I'm like, okay, can you ask your manager? The manager came back and he's like, no, you can't buy this. And I was like, is there someone else I can talk to? I'm, look, I don't want to steal your cup. I can't steal this. I can't do
Right.
it, but I need to have this cup. I kept getting a no until finally who do I need to speak to? I was like, is there someone else to speak to? And I finally got a yes. They were like, sure, you can just have the cup. I'd like to pay them. I don't know, I think it was, I can't even remember what it was like 30 euros or something. And I was like, yes, it's not euros because it's Cabo. I was like, yes, amazing. And now I have this cup and it is this place for me. It's this reminder of not yet, because I knew with everything in my being that this cup was coming home with me. This feeling was coming home with me. This change was there, right? And I knew it. Well, I kept getting a no. So often we can go, we got this no, but maybe this is it. Maybe it's just not yet, right? Not yet. Flip side of that, though, there is also that burnout with the 42 where you're like, I'm trying to complete all the things. I have all of these marathons I'm running, right?
Right.
So you really choosing like what is the thing that is here for completion, that I'm here to work on complete, instead of I have to do all of the things. Suddenly you're getting squished by all of them.
Now I need to see the cup. You'll have to bring that on and show us later.
Oh, I'm gonna
Post
go
a
grab
picture
it.
of it.
I'm
Post
gonna
a
grab
picture of
it.
it in the group. Okay, well, it's time for the cosmic weather report. So
Oh.
are you
Well,
ready to start
yes,
that?
I am ready. Well, you start. I'm gonna grab the mug.
Okay, so it's time for our weekly cosmic weather forecast, where we bring you the daily line-by-line flavor of the current transit. Think of this as your energetic weather report, complete with a high chance of feels and a low pressure system of wisdom just waiting to land. This week's transit began Monday afternoon at 4:18 p.m. Eastern, which means the line changes are rolling in at some weird times later in the day at first, and then they move earlier as the week unfolds. Honestly, that feels kind of perfect for Gate 32, whose key theme is the only thing that endures this change. Even the timing reminds us to stay flexible and adapt to what's shifting around us. So grab your energetic umbrella. Let's take a look at the daily line by line forecast starting Monday afternoon as the sun and earth settle into this new cycle. Monday afternoon, line 1, conservation began with blah. I can't speak today. So, a Monday afternoon start focused on foundations and attention to detail. Shadow weather, people suddenly project managing their lives, color coding calendars, organizing pantries, or panicking that nothing's moving fast enough. Gift forecast, grounded focus and consistency. Take your time. Lasting results come from steady hands. Line conditions, late day stability with pockets of overthinking. Pace yourself as the new cycle takes shape. Boy, did I do the overthinking. On Tuesday at 3:01 today, we move into line 2, restraint, identification. A day for discernment, less doing, more attuning. Shadow weather, collective swing between oversharing and ghosting. Balance isn't everyone's strong suit today. Gift forecast, quiet confidence comes through clear intention and inner steadiness. Line conditions, mild winds of indecision. Visibility improves through silence. On Wednesday at 1:43 p.m., we move to line 3, lack of continuity and trial and error. Expect a few bumps. This is the experiment line. Shadow weather, everyone's dropping balls or double booking. Mercury must be retrograde. It's not. It's not. It just moved into gate 1. Gift forecast, growth through patience. Mistakes become compost for wisdom. Line conditions, uneven terrain, laugh at the detours. Special weather alert, a creative front moves in as Mercury joins Mars in gate 1. Inspiration hits fast, keep a notebook handy. From the deeply personal to the dynamically public, Jess, give us the scoop on the upper trigram and how the energy is playing out across the bigger stage, and hopefully you can talk.
I don't know. We'll see. I love it. So on Thursday at 12:24 p.m., we move into line 4, right as might and the middleman. The networker's day. Truth council take the mic. Shadow weather. Power struggles disguised as helpful feedback. Gift forecast. Realistic optimism and practical support. Give wisely, not excessively. Line conditions. Cooperative skies with occasional ego flare-ups. Special weather alert. Venus slides into gate 18, bringing a refinement front. Relationship clarity incoming. I don't know why that made me so happy.
Okay.
On Friday at 12:25 p.m., we move into line 5, flexibility and self-actualization. Adaptation day, shifting forms without losing integrity. Shadow weather, dramatic declarations of change. I'm reinventing everything. Been there. Gift forecast, creative flow and cooperation. Flexibility opens doors. Line conditions, warm, breezy confidence, ideal for inspired pivots. Special weather alert. The moon reconnects gate 64 and 47 with the south node, reforming the channel of abstraction. Storylines wrap up. Intuition floods in. On Saturday at 9:44 a.m., we move into line 6, tranquility, nurturing. A morning for calm observation, gratitude. Shadow weather. Impatience with stillness. People trying to schedule serenity. Gift forecast. Peaceful witnessing, letting life move through you. Line conditions. Gentle clearing skies, perfect for reflection or a quiet reset. Special weather alert. Pluto direct in gate 60, line 6, continues to ripple through. Expect deep, lasting transformation beneath calm surfaces. And that's your cosmic weather forecast, folks. There may be chaos in the weather, but you'll find clarity in your chart.
Thanks, Jess. Radical self-trust is still your best umbrella. Follow your strategy, authority, and shine your light, my friends.
Love it.
Okay, everybody, if you're in the waiting room and you want to come on camera and chat,
Let's
let me
see.
get my background out of
Marion,
here.
hello. It's feeling that way for me too. Hi. Hi.
Hello, ladies. If there's
Oh,
anybody watching in the group that wants to jump in, the link is in the group. Oh, that's your mug.
there's my
Very
mug.
pretty.
My Cabo. Wait, no, it's gone. The cosmic
You
weather's
gotta put
eating
it,
it.
I think you got to put it in front of your body. There you go.
That's the
Yeah.
cutest little.
You can turn
Yeah.
your background back.
Yeah.
How's everybody feeling? Am I the only one who's tired?
Oh no, I'm very tired.
Yeah. What what about you, Carla? Are you feeling tired? You seem like you're always pretty spry and
Yeah, I'm not tired. Not
okay.
feeling tired. This transit's always an interesting one though, because 32 is my Pluto on both sides. So definitely is always a week where there's this really intense feeling of just what needs to stay, what needs to go.
Yeah.
Mm.
It was funny because even though I write these, I looked at, but as Jess was reading the one for Friday, I forget exactly what it said now. She was reading something about Friday's thing. Also, mental note to self. Friday, when remember I was telling you I'm sitting with these ideas of different things I want to do in my business and whatever. Remember on Friday, do not act on the desire to throw everything out the window, right? To change everything. There's a lot of just different energy out there. And that's why I find it so helpful to look at these, see how things are feeling. So Marion, we haven't seen you on here since you got back from Santa Fe with us.
No.
So you've been a busy girl.
Yeah, I've been traveling since then too. So
Wow, that's exciting.
yeah, I'm back home. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm tired.
Okay. Yeah, I bet. So you have gate 32 as your Pluto's, Carla. Do you have gate 32, Marion? No.
No,
Do either of you have 42 defined?
No, but it's been my Uranus opposition, so I've been dealing with that for the last year and a half, 3 years. I'm on the
Right.
outer edge of it now, so
Yeah, so anything that you want to talk about with these gates?
you know what's interesting? This is so random. This popped up. These are notes from like a tarot spread that I journaled on from June of
Okay.
this year. And it's all about the essential oil course that I started putting together for the centers. And I had bumped into, there was a moment where I was just like, what am I doing right now? Is this even of worth to anyone? Is there any value in this? Do I even need to be doing this right now? Is this just my mind trying to organize information so that I can feel more grounded in it? What is the point of this, right? I couldn't, there wasn't anything there wasn't anything clear on, like, I was moving through the process for myself because it didn't feel there was any clarity around. There's no response to actually putting this out right now. There's no, right? It was this moment where I just kind of tabled it. Then I find these notes yesterday morning. I'm looking at it and I'm just like, because this is a project that I have not finished. And, being able to look at that, just gain some awareness now that I've had space away from it. Um, yeah, just I think that 32 is an interesting one because the truth that I keep coming back to over time is that there's, I see the potential, right? Like it is the personnel manager. I see the potential in things.
Mhm.
But if I don't give myself the space to have the awareness of whether or not it's the thing that I actually need to be putting my energy into,
Mhm.
that's where I can get kind of stuck on. And then that's where expectations feed in. I'm a 4130. Expectations can literally like
Yeah.
crash my wave where I'm just free fall down, like, oh my God, why did I
Mm.
just waste all that time? And how is it, making my body feel and all those things. I'm also a triple split. There's the double whammy of emotionality, triple split that just needs the extra time.
Wait,
And
Marion, are you triple split too? Oh, I
no.
thought we were all triple split for a minute. Okay, go on. I'm sorry to interrupt. Go on.
no, it's okay. Yeah, so it's just I feel like there's the thing that people I think focus more on with 32 is this fear of failure and all of these things, but really it's the gate of continuity. It's the potential awareness of what it is you have to hold on to.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was going to say is I've heard it referred to as several different archetypes, you know, the business manager, as you said, but it's also the talent scout, it's been referred to.
Mhm.
And then I saw somewhere it's referred to as the guardian, like Jane Goodall, the guardian of what she felt was worth holding on to, right? And it's tribal. So, you know, it's on the spleen. There's a protective energy in it also. A good business manager is going to be protective of its people, right? So I just wonder also this gate 42 energy right now is about growth and increase. We tend to think of it as finishing, even though it's called increase and growth, but we always refer to it as the 53 is starting things, the 42 is finishing, but it's really the energy to continue towards the finish line, right? Comes in that gate 42. So I'm wondering if you can let go of the expectation of a specific finish line.
Mhm.
Do you have the energy for growth in this course, Carla? Do you feel the energy to continue to grow in this way?
Yeah, it's I still just don't know. I don't know if it's
Did you feel a
if
response?
it feels more like, what's that?
Did you feel a response? Because you're not going to know in this moment, but I saw
Yeah.
you thinking instead of feeling.
No, I'm
Yeah.
like definitely tuning in to what's happening down here.
Okay.
It does it feels that course is, there's so much information in that course that feels really like, for me, it is the way that I can contribute to synthesizing the system.
Right.
And I don't know if that's necessarily, I don't know if that's necessary for other people. That's where clarity's coming in. It's more of an adaptation at this point, and recognizing that no, in the form that I have created it so far, it's not something that I want to finish, because it's not true to what I have to contribute. So that's where I'm okay. But, and then of course my mind wants to be like, but what does that mean? Like, how then? How do I, contribute this information? And I think that that's where it just comes back to, you're already doing it. It's just not something that, there's no gravitation yet. There's nothing. But the more that I stay true to, again, personal truth, the more that I hold on to what is true for me, instead of trying to make it something palatable for someone else. Right.
That's so beautiful.
So
Yeah.
that's where I feel like I'm at with it now.
I feel you on that, though. It almost feels it's not really fully ready to be birthed yet until it's something that you are, this is it, instead of bringing it in a place where you're adapting it to other people. Because I took your course, it's phenomenal. It's great. So, as far as like, does it have value for other people? Absolutely. Does it have value for everyone? No, that's okay. So, it's not for everyone, but it almost feels it is so good, an element of play, getting to play with what feels better, maybe doing it this way and not so much. And then, I mean, I know with my triple split, I'm like, I want to do it this way and this way and this way. And people, are you doing it a different way? Yes, I am. I want to try all the different things, letting
Yeah.
it be a little bit more fluid, because sometimes where we need to have structure, we need to have how it is, what it looks, have everything buttoned up before we do it, but also having that capacity for that play and that fluidity with it.
Can I add something, or did you want to respond to that first?
No, it's okay, go for it.
Because I'm thinking about the fact that you're saying both your Pluto gates are gate 32, right? And we know Pluto is where we bring transformation to others, also where we often find transformation for ourselves. And so that's your gate 32. The very first thing it says in the little Ravy Ching is it says The awareness potential is the instinct to adapt in the now without losing continuity. This is the gate of duration, where all of our instinctive imprinting is rooted. By its nature, it's extremely conservative. And it goes on to say more, but what I'm wondering is, are you holding on to what you expected this to look like rather than seeing how this can evolve, continue? It can evolve into something different. Maybe it's not a course, maybe it's an offering where you can buy this understanding these essential oils with how they help your emotional solar plexus. And that's just it. Just the one thing, because maybe that's what you're studying right now or learning. Maybe it's components. Maybe there's a different way of looking, because I know how incredibly knowledgeable you are with how to use these essential oils. And a lot of times, we throw the baby out with the bathwater because it is a lot for a lot of people, but that doesn't mean that it's not transformative. And maybe they only need that little piece right now, and then later they'll take another little piece or another little bite. Looking at other ways you can move your whole thing. So she's asking what. So you mean gate 30?
It's two.
Oh, pragmatism. Okay.
Well, and here's the other thing about this pragmatism, right?
Wait, I'm confused. It's gate 30 or 32?
No. Her gate 30. So your gate 30, your line,
Why
the
were we
line
asking
there,
what
it's
gate 30?
yeah. It's also related to like your profile. That's how you deal with, I'm a fourth line, so mine is burnout. It's how you deal with, do you know what I'm saying, Carla? What are the words for
Yes, the way that you deal with life, with experience, is in relation to the line that you have in gate 30. So if you don't have 30, then there's an openness there to be able to vacillate between the 1 and the 6. But if you do have definition, then that's the way that you tend to deal with life. And yes, I am a very pragmatic person.
I was confused. I thought you were
Very
meaning
pragmatic.
gate 32 because we were talking about gate 32. And then I thought, was I misunderstanding? Were you talking about your gate 30?
No, sorry. I switched
Okay,
to 30 because
no,
it's
sorry.
like, it's when life
Yeah,
gets
no,
like
makes sense.
stressful and there's all these things happening. It's what is your go-to kind of thing. And so it's just helpful to notice. So for hers, it's pragmatism. I don't have these memorized. I opened the book, full disclosure.
Is that your son, or what gate? What is that gate for you?
So she has 30. She has line 2. Hers is pragmatism. I don't have gate 30 as a fourth line. Mine tends towards burnout.
Okay. So Carla, I'm asking though, is that your son? What is your gate 30?
30 is my earth.
Your earth. Okay.
Your grounding.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I was just looking in here.
So looking at a pragmatic way of,
So something to sit with. And that's as someone who has an emotional wave, although mine's individual, sitting with things, not letting that sitting with something turn into thinking about things, which I think is often counterproductive.
Well, and there's also, I mean, there's a lot about my design specifically that, like, I mean, I'm desire, motivation, I am power view. I have a lot of third color resonance in my body anyway, right? There's a lot of color resonance within my makeup and my chemistry. I can get really locked into something, really locked in. And I know that if I'm on that train, there isn't even an expectation because I'm just locked into the process of discovering what it is that I am like so energetically connected to, tied to. As a whole, that's where I feel that course started. But what I came up against was recognizing that I was trying to force it to look at a particular thing, right? Like modules in a course that people could just purchase and they could go in and use it as reference points for whatever center they were working with, which, mentally sounds a good idea, but it felt forced, which I have an undefined heart. I am very aware of when I'm trying to force something to go a certain way. And so that was where I was like, you know what, step away, take the break. And Does it mean that I'm not locked into it anymore? No, because this is still very much how I synthesize design things. I mean, I'm making all the oil blends and doing all the things. I think what it is now that I'm coming up against, this is tied to my Uranus opposition in 42, is that I am done with these different silos of my work operating in right, like body work's over here, yoga's over here, design is over here, oils is over here. And I'm coming to a place now where I'm no, it's time for all of to get mixed in together. For if somebody wants to work with me, we're going to utilize all of the tools.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I feel like I'm. And there's another thing too with 32 that a lot of people they're not really aware of, is it's a matter of respect as well. If you have the 32, there's this need for this awareness that your work is being respected. The tribe respects what it is. You have awareness that it needs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's also part of it right now, is that I just, as far as my network is concerned, so much has been shifting, changing. I don't feel there is that acknowledgement, respect yet for the work that I have to bring, contribute. That's okay. Like, again, just checking in with there is no expectation. So it's interesting. It's just interesting to be in this space because it really is just waiting.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. And sometimes it's hard to wait. Like that's the hardest thing because it becomes uncomfortable. And I need to do something. And so we do something just to move. So there's
Well,
such a
that's
beauty
also from the 42 because it's this power that's pressing, like it's pressing down on that. How are you going to deal with this pressure?
Yeah.
How are you going to deal with it?
Yeah. Lots of breathing.
Yeah, definitely.
Lots of yoga, lots of oils. Here we go. This is it. Your full lineup. This is how you deal with the pressure.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, it's great.
Yeah, 32 is I do love 32.
Yeah.
It's, well, and it's also across from the Marrying Maiden. So there's also this like really incredible insight that you can get to what are you holding on to for the sake of developing a relationship or connecting with your tribe, or right, all of these kinds of things, which is also something I personally over the last year and a half have been like really, really working my way through. Because I am not a tribal person. I don't have any tribal circuitry.
Yeah.
I have one individual channel and 4 collective channels. I am a collective human, and I am seeing where it is that when it comes to tribal engagement and interaction, what am I holding on to? Where is it that I've been holding on to this idea that I need to be respected, but yet I'm not respecting myself within the context of the relationship, right? That's a really big one.
And with Venus moving into gate 18 this week, it's really going to ask us to look at that in our relationships, where
Well, and I have 18 too.
18, I saw that. And you have that 18 and the 32 both on your undefined spleen. So that, definitely is different than someone having those gates on a defined spleen. Or it's different than someone just experiencing it in the energy of the transits, right? So we always talk about how this is defined in the transits, but it's really not the same as having it defined. It's just a feeling that we have, and it's part of what Ra referred to as the program, right? And the program is, I believe the program is moving us all towards a positive outcome. But if we are not aware of what's us and what's the program, we can lose ourselves in that process. So we have to know which part of it is us, then be able to feel. That's why I think these transits are so important to look at and know, okay, this is happening. this is kind of the curriculum, but this is me. This is where I know that no, not yet is the answer for me, right? Or, I can still see how this is just planting a seed for the future. And this for me is saying now, right? We can know that based on our inner authority, feel the energy of the transit still, but not become like ruled by them.
Mm-hmm. And also just so interesting, looking back that the 32 is that thunder energy over the wind too. And I feel that right now. Like I I feel that energy. So it almost for me, I know you say you're feeling a bit tired with it, but for me, I don't know, I feel like very alive right now. I feel very sparky almost, static when you take something out of the dryer and it has that shocking kind of feel to it. Yeah. That's kind of how I'm feeling this right now.
Yeah. I think part of it for me at this time of year is always like, I don't know if you feel this way, Marianne, after doing all your travel, because I traditionally in September do a lot of things. And this last September, I went to Nashville, came home for a week or something, went to Santa Fe, came home for a week, and then went to St. Petersburg. They were three amazing, very different times. So it's a lot of things, a lot of really living life to its fullest, and then coming home. And there's this part of it is, okay, I want to just be alone and hermit, but I live with people. And I'm like, go away, all of you,
These
right?
people.
And then there's a part in your mind that's like, wait, didn't you miss them? Well, my daughter was with me for the first and last trip, but she's 25. That was too much of her as just as it is. She's a 25-year-old manifester. So like I just needed I needed this. And so I keep finding myself hiding, but at the same time knowing that it's important to go spend time with my husband and do all those things. There's this bit of a whole like, wait, how is this the same life that what I experienced? Do you feel that when you get home? I know, Jess, you travel a lot too, but, and Carla, I don't know, is that just,
So, Kathy, this is what's coming to mind, right? As an emotional being, emotional authority, when you have made a decision and you've moved through the experience, there is a need for the downtime afterward to digest the experience.
yeah,
And it's like, to me, so far in my experience, it's crucial that I take the time afterward because the wave is crashing.
yeah,
It doesn't mean that it was the wrong experience. It's not about that at
oh,
all.
no,
It's
no,
that the experience is over and the chemistry needs to change and shift. And as a 40, you need the alone time.
yeah,
Like that's a huge part of it is just taking that opportunity to digest the experience. If you don't digest the experience, then you start to move into another decision-making process. It can feel very ungrounded, unclear, take a lot more time to get to the next decision because you haven't fully digested the previous experience.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's my
yeah,
take on it.
that's a really good point too. And I live in the household of 40s. All three of us have Hanging Gate 40s. Um, that's a great point because, so, and I think that's part of what we're all being called to really look at is, are we taking care of ourselves first and foremost? And I tend to think of myself as doing that because I went on 3 trips in 1 month. That was doing a lot for me, right? But then when you get home, you're like, okay, well, now I haven't done all these things that I need to do. I haven't spent time with these people. And so then you don't take that time to integrate and process. That finding, though, that balance between valuing your relationships,
Mm-hmm.
right? But not losing yourself in them. And when people need you, truly need you, because they need some, like, I certainly don't want my husband to think he doesn't matter, right? Um, so anyway, it's just interesting. And that's good things to contemplate. And I feel we've gotten into a whole little therapy powwow here for
I
all of us.
love it. I love it.
Coaching
Because,
and
yes,
therapy and all of that.
all the
right in
stuff's
here.
coming up.
Yes,
It's good. It's
absolutely.
beautiful. And, I think we all have our own version somewhere in our chart of like needing to step back, of
Yeah.
needing to take a minute wherever it is in our chart to go through everything too. For me, it's my 33 for my earth. It's like I literally have to, after something every day at the end of my day, it's really important for me to go, let me just take this day and see, step away from it a little bit, go through it. And then for you with your emotional wave, there's so many other places that just honoring for everyone, all of us honoring, even if we don't understand where it is, being, I feel this, knowing it's a need, when you feel like you want a hermit, and you're like, yeah, maybe I'm not aligned too, but it's you, right?
Yeah.
You know what you need and your body knows, and just trusting that, especially as we're going through all the fear gates and the spleen. And all
Yeah.
this
And
stuff
not,
is coming through.
and
Yeah.
now going through those fear gates with all the personal planets, we tend to think of it like it's only the sun going through it, but we're
Yeah.
going through it with all the things. So it's
All the
a
things.
lot,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
But we are officially at time, so it was
Okay.
lovely chatting with you ladies.
Yeah.
And I do also want to add that not only did we lose Jane Goodall last week, we also lost Diane Keaton, who was another really important person. I'm not sure exactly how to relate her to the transits, but I did think about that. I'm sure there was probably someone else that I'm missing, but those were two really powerful women that the world lost last week. So
Yeah.
anyway, I couldn't believe my daughter has all these stuffed animals that even at 25, I've still got in the closet because she wouldn't let me get rid of them, but we don't have any monkeys. I was not able to bring a monkey in honor of her, but all right. I appreciate everybody being here. And I did not look lately to see if anybody was commenting anything in the group, so I apologize.
I've been keeping an eye on it.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, peace out, everybody.
Bye.
I
Bye.